Hey everyone. This is going to be part 2 in high dawn thinking. So this is pretty much pointed at really 1 to 3 dawn, in that range. It can be very hard to get from, I consider 1 to 3 dawn all the same level. I know that doesn't sound right, but to me a 3 dawn is just a fancy 1 dawn, just a couple more tricks. 4 dawn, in my opinion, is where the player starts to get actual strength. So getting from the 1 to 3 dawn range up to 4, 5, and 6, it's like, how do I do that? So here's some, as an example, part 2. You hopefully you've seen part 1. They don't need to be seen in order. Okay, here we go. We all know this. White gets territory as black gets influence. Something to notice here. Let's look at one common way. Black plays Sente, and this white is Sente because if black plays away, white can do a nasty, just split them off, and terrible. The point being that black should now fix in some fashion. So it's white Sente. Here, this is where black played. It's still white Sente, but now black can do some nasty things later. If white does take Sente, there's a future against white. On the other hand, black's position is also thin, more thin. Okay, white to move. And we do the same thing. This time he presses. Okay. Let's just catch up on a couple of the details. Is this black Sente? No, white's alive, not Sente. Top might become big for black or white, depending on what happens, but no, not Sente, not particularly interesting. Is it time to come in black's Moyo? No, white's not prepared. So white gets ready. White finishes the shape. This move gets rid of white weaknesses and creates 2 black knight's moves. Both those weaknesses can be used as entry points. Okay, so this N3 is perhaps the first move that a 1 dawn might be hesitant to make, because shouldn't I be coming in the Moyo? Shouldn't I be playing territory somewhere? No, finish your shape. This is really the way to get stronger. Finish your shapes. Get strong shapes. Black plays away. Black plays old style, so white doesn't need to play there. White chooses that this is bigger. He's thinking, I want to play here, and that's fine. Now, one reason we don't play this black move anymore, the old style, because not only does white can white just play away, but actually white can play away again here. Let's just do that just to look. White plays away. Black says, you fool, I pinch you. I just get out. You can't surround me. I'm out. Well, and on another board, white will do that. But on this board, let's say that white entered here. That's more, I'll just put it even 1 higher, nice and safe. Now, when we chase, notice the white stone in the center getting weaker and weaker and weaker. In other words, this white group on top is not strong enough to invade, to support a new invasion on the right, which would be a weak group. Very similar to white N3. Okay, so white defends. Black closes off one side. Time for white to come in the Moyo. How do we come in? Well, if there's nothing to work with, we use a helicopter move, just somewhere safe spot in the middle. But if we do have something to work with, we start there. What have we got to work with? Well, black's open at A. That's one weakness in black structure that we can use for our invasion. We've got the knight's move, we've got the knight's move. Now, another one is, notice in area 1, now I'm talking about the third line stretch the whole way. How many lines is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 by 3, kind of a segment in there. That's a lot of space. That being the case, we could say that D is another spot because it's a natural spot and it goes in all directions. There's even a chance white can simply play D, but he goes a little more common. I would never play D in this spot because we have this move. It goes both ways. We're going to cut him or we're going to cut him. Black fights back. And this is important too, to realize he's not saying I'm going to get all I can in area 1, but rather I'm investing in area 2. That's the big area. That's the area where I came down at A to actually take territory. Okay, onward. We come with this one, good one. Black has to fight here, so he starts that and comes in. Of course, black is saying, if you simply connect under, I'm going to, and let's put it here, and say that's all you can do. You don't have any serious Aji beyond that. So white says, you're right, let's start here. Okay. I'm going to come in. I'm going to cut you. No, you're not. Boom, boom. So white's connected under. That's already a success for white. And it's sente because black's got to come back and close or get nothing there. Nothing to speak of. Okay, white's finished, black's finished. Where to? Well, there's a number of big spots, but there's a lot of Aji left in this position. So white continues. White doesn't need to continue. White's finished, and black's finished. But he says there's enough Aji where I want to continue. So I'll start with the cut. We also could have said black's entire A group is weak, so I'm attacking. I think that's something of an overstatement, but you see the perspective. Okay, white. Black is going to sacrifice something and try to grow his area. We cut. Get some Aji in. Now, we're about to kill the black stones with this move. But just before we do, make sure you get in some Aji. Very important. Get your Aji in, then take care of business. Get your Aji in, take care of business. And white's captured 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. And again, it's in sente because he has to capture or die. So white's accomplished 2 big things in sente. White's done, black's done. Time to go to the next spot. Where is that? Well, everything's been talking about area 1, that entire right side area. And black has stones at this level. And they can be grown easily. For instance, let's say white takes a bigger corner and black just plays this way. Look at that. Look at that center, black center developing. Okay, we don't like that. So how shall white come in? Safe? If we can do more than that, we better, because white's saying, I don't need that much, you take the lion's share. No, if you can play this move, you must play this move. How do we decide? Well, our A group, pretty solid. We can go under to the right, we can descend on the left, we can come out numerous ways into the center, lots of options, so that's not a problem. What else leads us to believe we can play this move? Another way of saying that is, what are we planning on using coming up soon? Because this is going to be a fight. Well, there's a cut there, a honey there, a peep there. That's some stuff to work with. And we'll see white uses every bit of it. Okay, so white's feeling, yes, I can play here. Shouldn't be a problem. White needs to get out. Remember, the top group has lots of options. It's, yes, black just attacked it, but it's his other group needs more help. Out we go. Defend. Wonderful defense. Very big. White starts running. I believe I haven't memorized the game. I think I know what's next. Okay. Use this Aji. Use that Aji. And now. Run a day? Maybe. If that's all you can do, you're going to get out and make shape. That's okay. We always want to do more if we can. This move, I would have missed. Maybe on a good day I would have done it, but it's hard. And it has to do with the hidden weakness here at A and B. A, real cut. B, double knight's move, called the dog face. Yes, dog face is pretty strong, but the combination of those weaknesses, white sees as it's something to work with. So look, we will see. There we go. So white presses, saying, I dare you to cut me. Let's take a look at the cut. Black says, aha, you are now surrounded and can't get out. Well, Atari and down, because of those two weaknesses, black can't get overly aggressive. Now you can see how much of this stuff they read. Let's see, we're on 76. Let's look at reading for a moment. Okay, black to play. A beginner, they've spent a week at Go. They're reading, oh, can white kill me? And their head, they're going, okay, white says Atari, but I just run out. I'm getting out. If white says Atari, I just run out. They have no context, no experience to go, oh, it's obvious, because they're brand new at Go. So after a while, this becomes, as Mr. Yang says, it's not a read, it's a glance. We're going to look at one more example of this. Black to play, and the question is, can black escape? Everyone watching says, well, that's stupid. Of course he can't. My response is, you mean you read out 40 moves? I mean, that 1, 2, 3, there's 40 moves here. Yes, but the 40 moves are in a sequence we're familiar with, something we've read out many times, and we can, it's not a problem. Now, something that's harder is, did you read this one out? We catch it. Well, that's a little harder. A few of you are saying, just a second. Oh, I see, because if he tries to escape, and if we do, okay. Oh, I didn't know that one. So it's a little bit harder, but all depends on what you're familiar with. These players, Where were we? Were we here? We were further. Were we here? We were further. There we are, I think. No? 70s. There you go. Okay. So when these guys who have played countless games, White's looking going, oh, I recognize this. He didn't do reading. I'm sorry. He didn't do much reading. He's like, Black's not home yet. He has his own weaknesses. I've got room. I can fight this. It's not like he read it all out, but he was familiar with what it looked like and felt like. Okay, that's me rambling. We go forward. Now White runs out, but notice White runs a bit to the right for two reasons. One, to use the A stone more. And secondly, if not, notice how close Black is. This is a strong cutting move versus this one. Way easier for White. Much harder for Black to cut this. So we see why he played this way. Okay. Remember, that Black group still has weaknesses. So White says, okay, good time for me to come in. Get out. No reason to Atari. Come on out. Now there's a reason. Atari, Atari. Next Atari, there's no reason to. If we do, what's our next move? Here. That's the primary move. This is the secondary move. You've got, if you want to get to 4 Dawn on up, you must start getting used to playing the primary move. Not a small thing. White's now decided to take his profit on the left. So to do that, you got to say Atari and capture. Okay. Time for White. Notice Black was cut there. So he's fixing the cut. Time for White to live. Use the stuff. Shape move. Shape move. Connect. Oh no, shape move. Connect. At this point, Black says, well, White's alive. My A group has no eyes at the moment. White's ahead on points. I resign. Okay, hopefully there was some stuff there you're able to use. You 1, 2, and 3 Dawns are able to use to rise up to the higher levels. Got to tell you, it's a fun thing to rise up to the higher levels. Now you're in the, such memories. I remember playing, in my head, I call him Zippy, Zypei, 8 Dawn. We played an epic game in a tournament. Gosh, that was epic. And he was the first one to make a mistake. And I had him, except 150 moves later, he fought it 1 move better than I did. So he won, but very epic. Okay, that's me rambling. Thanks all for watching. And this was part 2. Hopefully see you in part 3. Okay, bye.